My name is Morgan Prescott, and this is Module 12 in What I Learned. So the first slide I have here for my presentation, there's a couple things wrong with it. The first is going to be the background. That's way too distracting, especially with the print, and it's also way too bright. My graph is not the kind of graph I want to use if I'm going to be comparing something. This is not a very good graph to use, and I want to get my point across to my audience, so this is something that needs to be taken off. Also, my text here needs to be changed to a darker color, and then the font needs to be changed as well. On this slide, the background's going to need to be changed from this purple color to something more solid and something quite not as bright because it's also distracting away from my text. The picture that I have in the presentation, I do not have the copyright claims for that, so I need to either take that off or find those. On this slide, the background's going to be way too bright, way too distracting, and then you can't even see hardly what my title is for this. And then down here where that information is, that text, that's going to need to be changed to a different font, or I'm going to need to bold it so that way anyone in the back or anyone that can't see quite well, so that way they can actually see what I put up there. So this is my first corrected slide here. I've got my title for what I'm wanting to discuss in this graph. I've got a better comparison, and then I've also got some in-text citation for this too over here, and where I got that from, that needs to be included, especially when you're including any kind of numbers. So on this slide I took away the picture since I did not have the copyright claims for that. If I would have found those, I would have included the picture. I've also included my in-text citation here, and then I've included where I got that from. Background has been changed as well, and you can better see the title. On this very last slide, my background has been changed. You can now see the title is not as bright as it was on the previous slide, and then also you can better see the text that I have down here at the very bottom. So in past presentations, I've always done something way too bright, and in this module I learned that backgrounds don't need to be bright, and they don't need to be distracting. The proper graph needs to be used to get your information across. And then also text that you include needs to be in a dark color, so that way the audience can see it, and it also needs to be in a nice size text, so that way anyone in the back can see what you're trying to include.